Hey dudes, I'm Hilah, and today on Hilah Cooking we're making gazpacho, which is the Spanish cold soup. It's kind of like a salad that you can drink, and if that doesn't sound very exciting, then think of it instead as homemade V8 that you can mix vodka with. Before we get started, if you haven't already, go ahead and click that little red subscribe button right under the video player, right down there. Okay, great. So I got this recipe from a friend of mine in Spain, and it's gazpacho andaluz is what he called it, Andalusian gazpacho. And we also did a paella video a couple years ago, so I'll put a link to that. But basically, we're just gonna get some fresh tomatoes. You wanna use the ripest tomatoes you can find. If you have somebody growing homegrown tomatoes, or if you have a farmer's market, then lucky you. Get those tomatoes. And some cucumber. And this recipe is a little interesting to me because most gazpacho recipes include bread, and this one does not. And I asked him outright, I said, "Are you sure you didn't forget the bread, Carlos?" I have two friends named Carlos. And he said no, but that there is another Andalusian soup that I don't know the name of, that is just tomatoes and bread. So I don't know, actually. I had some gazpacho in Barcelona years and years ago, and I don't know if it had bread in it or not. But anyway, I really love this. It's so nice to keep a big pitcher of this in the fridge, and when it's really hot outside and you're super dehydrated, just drink a little glass, and it's almost like, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say it's like Gatorade, because it's way more delicious, but it's like really thirst quenching and full of vitamins, and it tastes good. Okay, good. And some bell pepper. I've made this with red and green bell pepper, so your choice. The original recipe specified green. 1 clove of garlic, bloop. And then for the flavors, we're gonna put in some red wine vinegar. So we're gonna put in a couple tablespoons of this. I think, oh God, stymied at every turn. I think that sherry vinegar would be good too, but red wine was specified. And a pinch of cumin, he says. And some salt. Good amount of salt. I mean, a teaspoon. But hey, if you've been outside all day and you've been sweating, you need that salt. And then some cold water. I don't know if this is traditional. I like to go ahead and put some ice in the water just so that the gazpacho is nice and cold from the get-go. And we're gonna blend this up until it's smooth. And then I'm gonna slowly pour in 3 tablespoons of olive oil while the machine is running so that it emulsifies the mixture and makes it have a nice sort of almost creamy mouthfeel. All right, once it's blended up, we're gonna do one final step to make the texture really, really smooth and just run it through a little sieve. If you don't wanna do this, you can skip it, but this is the way you're supposed to do it. So, and just get a little spatula and kind of press it through. Okay, so when you're done, it'll look like this. You'll have a little bit of pulp left. If you don't want to throw this out, I think it would be really good added to a meatloaf or as sort of like a sofrito for the base of a stew or something. And then if you want to serve your gazpacho as a cold soup, you'd want to dice up some cucumbers, some onion, some red bell pepper maybe, and serve that as a garnish on top with some croutons. But like I said, I really just like to drink it as like a refreshing cold drink. So just super cold. It might separate as you store it in the fridge for a few days, but it's fine. Just give it a little stir. Mmm. I swear, this is like what I want V8 to taste like, but it never tastes like that. It's just like Oh my God, it's so refreshing. Jeez, I hope that you guys make this with some delicious tomatoes that are in season right now, and I hope that it refreshes you on a hot August day. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.